Awesome morning here, GM, everybody. How is it going? It's awesome to see you guys here. Going to give everybody a second to get in the chat. We've been sharing out this live stream link to be able to connect to everybody kind of right away. And we are figuring out the best ways to sort of do that here. But in the meantime, GM, it is awesome, awesome, awesome to be here. We have a different set, as you might notice from behind us. We are live from New York this week. This is Nouns on the Air with Aubtoshi and Cheffo. And today we actually hope it all goes okay, but we have a special guest here with us to give us the lowdown on everything that went down in Sao Paulo and in Rio over the last couple of weeks. You guys might have noticed we did not go live last Friday and Saturday. We were doing IRL Nounish things all day. We're going to talk about that, but on Friday we went to a skate park in Rio and did so many things there, art-wise and with the famous Noggles skate ramp. Cannot wait to show you guys some videos and talk about that. And then Saturday, we spent all day on the beach of Rio, going to hardcore on this like mural, this amazing, huge Nounish mural with a famous Rio artist there. So a lot to talk about here, but we are happy to be back. This is episode 25. Let me just get oh, turned up my audio as well too. I can barely hear myself.
What happened to that air horn?
I'm not sure. Hold on one second. Awesome to be here. Episode 25. It is truly incredible how far we've come and how much further we can go. We have a year's long worth of Nounish content to bring you guys. And of course, we couldn't do that without our beloved co-host. That is Cheffo. I'm going to put you over here, Cheffo. How's it going?
Going great. Going great, Aubtoshi. Just in the podcast vibe. Love it.
Love it. I'm going to bring us on screen together. It's awesome to see you.
This will be a good day for Nouns on the Air.
This is an awesome day for Nouns on the Air. As you guys know, we come live to you every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have been kind of, the one change that's happening is that we are like switching up the times. That kind of just naturally has to happen when we're in different parts of the world, but we are back on the East Coast. So this is our normal time today. We were a little late because we're setting up our guest feature today, but I'm so excited for that to go down. So as we do that, please just have patience with us. And again, chat, it's awesome to see you guys here. Please feel free to message us while we are live. We can see everything you guys are saying, and we love to communicate with you guys back and forth and see all of our normal, awesome people in here. Cheffo, how is your Thursday so far?
Good. I got up, did a workout, was motivated to
Nice.
Have a kind of like a New York restart. We've been doing a lot of traveling and just staying healthy is part of it. So
Who's that?
we got Wiley.
Oh, here we go. What's up, GM, everybody?
Gabrielle?
Yes, we are here in New York. We are adjusting to the time. It is like the thing that I think goes a little bit unspoken with our specific Nouns prop. Again, we're going to talk about Nouns in a second here, but we have a lot of traveling to do. We have a heavy schedule, but we are excited to be a part of that. We are definitely the personality types that can make that happen. But there is this natural thing that happens when you travel. You know, in Rio and Sao Paulo, we were talking to people and someone had done a traveling for, I think, like a couple weeks. And they're like, I need to be home now for a few months. And I really understand that feeling. But I think that we are handling it in this like really incredible way. It's teaching us so much about travel and then how to adjust to all of these things. And, you know, sometimes we just wake up and we're in an entirely different city. And it's kind of an experience that I've never really had before. Cheffo, I don't know if you've ever had that type of experience as well, but it's really freeing and kind of incredible to have to switch back and forth during all these different cities and time zones.
I'm chatting to my friend Zeke here in the chat.
Oh, what's good? I see a Deb Invest in here. See,
what up?
All of our friends in Brazil, we miss you guys so much already. I really mean that. We are going to actually port in JP. So we are so excited to have JP in
Mr.
here
Potato.
In just a few minutes. But first, you know that we always start by talking about nouns. And so I have a noun, the current noun that's being auctioned off on the screen right now, this little ghost noun. I'm loving it.
Ooh.
Noun 745.
That's a pretty, like, I don't know. It's like simple and
I love it.
Interesting.
I think it's great.
I guess a ghost noun should be fairly simple like that.
If you guys want to see this auction happening live, go to nouns.wtf. The current highest bid on this noun is 27.15
What is
Ethereum.
what is the shirt?
That's like the there's an RGB one, but I don't know what that one is called
Yeah.
exactly.
That's a cool pattern. I like that.
It is so
That'd
cool.
be a great beach shirt down in Brazil. You just have that little beach shirt on.
Yeah, it's colorful. I really, really love it. There's actually 9 hours and 19 minutes left on this auction. Every single day, the Noun Square, which by the way just had their very first birthday. Happy birthday.
Let's
The
go.
Noun Square has been watching the auction live for 365 days. Okay, guys? That means that every single time this auction switches over, they're hosting a Twitter space and you can be there to see who the winner is of this auction and you get to help pick what the next noun is. And so shout out to all the fam over at the Noun Square. You guys are holding it down and you guys are just really keeping this nounish ecosystem alive through visually watching this auction. And they always have a special guest on there. I've met so many new people in Web3 because of this show. And I started a lot of my hosting experience there in the Noun Square. So thank you guys. Thanks to the whole team there. And I will always send people your guys' way for the end of the auction. So that's going to happen in about 9 hours. Okay, guys, if you're up a little bit later, please watch that auction. It's going to be awesome. And it looks like people love this noun. The highest bid is already something
Yeah.
that we see kind of happen towards the end of the auction. This 27.15 bid. Someone really wants this noun.
Zeke said he was the first bid on it, I think.
Oh, really? Let me see
I'm
that.
not sure.
Ooh, view all bids. Okay. Is he Zeke? Shout out Zeke, that 9D5. If we ever see that, we will be shouting you out. Of course.
You know, honestly, I think I feel like the auction has ticked up by like an ETH.
I do as well.
It's kind of was trending in the 26s and seems to be moving into the 27s.
Yes, and I think so as you'll see, we always cover what happens after the auction, and that's all the proceeds from that auction go into the Nouns treasury, and then people can put in proposals to the treasury to then access those funds for their creative projects and their ideas. And so we've been kind of checking back and forth. We always check the treasury. We've been spotting it at about this like 54, 52 million. It is sitting at 47 million right now, 28,733 ETH. This is because crypto kind of in general had a little bit of a downturn the last week or so with all of this news flying around in the US about potential SEC regulations.
I mean, there's a lot going on with that.
There's a lot going
I've
on.
seen the country of Colombia is like moving into crypto. I think read that they're trying to work with Ripple, the XRP company, to kind of do blockchain for their country. You saw different things happening in China. Yeah, so there's definitely like interesting movements. I think BlackRock is also going to be filing for a Bitcoin ETF, which is one of these like highly debated but kind of holy grail moments, like ETF and allowing for funds to come from more traditional markets into crypto. It's probably going to be a good thing. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to get some Bitcoin maxis on here to talk about
that's
that.
probably definitely a good thing. Yeah, shout out to Bitcoin School.
Where's Matt?
Over in Rio. Maybe we can get Joey Ponzi on here to kind of explain to us what that all means. But in the meantime, that's still a very large treasury.
Yep.
Continues to be, in my opinion, the largest that I've seen in this Web3 ecosystem, especially since all of the funds are specifically going towards funding creative projects, just like the Nouns shorts that we saw premiere on Tuesday. So maybe towards the end of the show, it could be really fun to watch some of those animations. They did a great job. Congrats to the entire team. Congrats, Stupid Buddy, Chris, Eric Towner. It was so awesome seeing you guys during that live. And Joel Cares, it was so good to see you on stage with everybody. You are kind of like have been in the animator game for a while. I know you also had just recently reached your first 1 million views on YouTube for an animation that you made about Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And so
amazing.
Really, really cool. I enjoy, getting to know you more in the ecosystem. And you're always like this person I think of when I think of Nounsel and all of that running so smoothly and giving builders an opportunity to make themselves known within the ecosystem. So Joel, thank you so much for all of the work that you do. And Stupid Buddy, you guys have just kind of gone above and beyond your OG original Prop 74, and you're just around all the time.
They
And
got bit by the noun bug.
yes, it is so awesome.
Chris just can't deny it anymore.
We got to see Luke on stage accepting the awards for people who weren't there, which was so funny. There was a magician that was like blowing my mind. We were all in the live stream together watching, like, during different scenes, there was a magician doing stuff. And at first I was like, okay, come on. Like, what is this? But then, like, by the end, the last trick, I was like, there is no way. How did that even happen? We could talk about all that in the end, but I do want to just quickly, before we go into talks about wrapping up our whole trip in Sao Paulo and Rio, we always see what props are up. Quite a few of props have been put up since the last time we've talked about the proposals. Again, you put in a proposal to access this Nouns treasury and to proliferate nouns in your own unique creative way. We see Prop 312 here, NFT yearbook prop. Prop 311, Verbs team 6-month extension. The Verbs are David and Elad, and they are the glue of all of our amazing tech that is behind Nouns. So shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for keeping it running. And I know that Cheffo talks about this quite often too, but not only are you doing amazing things for Nouns, but because it's open source code, everything you guys do is valuable to everybody that is utilizing the Nouns ecosystem tech to run their own auctions.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that I don't know. I mean, it's not lost on me, put it that way. I don't know how deep that kind of seeps in with other people in the ecosystem, but I think it's really important to understand that the tech that's being developed not only makes Nouns attractive from a technology standpoint and makes it audited and safe and functional, something that can allocate capital into the millions of dollars, but it also allows for platform creation downstream. And every time I see code funding and code updates, I'm just giddy inside because it's like something that is available and is very, very usable. And that's, I mean, I personally don't know of other ecosystems that are set up like that. And yeah, for me, FOODNOUNS is one of these things that will always be kind of like an environment where verb code and other, development code will come downstream to the sub-DAOs. And so I'm always game time on these code updates.
We did get to see Elad and David live at ETH Denver. They gave a talk there, and we were able to upload that entire talk. If you guys haven't had a chance to hear from them live, go ahead and go to the OTG WTF YouTube channel, and you'll see a David and Elad Verbs team interview there from ETH Denver. It has like a cover photo with both of them with like blue and orange on it. So I can go ahead and post that link here for you guys as well. But it's a fantastic talk, and it's really great to hear them speaking about Nouns from this other higher level, as far as like the code and the treasury and everything that it takes to really protect it from this like attacks that do happen quite often on DAOs. And they're probably one of the main reasons that the NounsDAO is still there with this like epic treasury and still running so smoothly. So again, thank you guys so much. That would be an obvious yes vote for me to extend them being with the Nouns for the next 6 months. And so shout out to you guys, and shout out to Salamander, who I know is one of the Nounders that actually has a lot of back and forth with them. So thank you for being so involved with the Nouns. Kind of on the back end too, a lot of us don't get to talk to Salamander a lot. So just thank you, Salamander, for everything that you're doing with Nouns and have always done with Nouns. As we have seen from the new Discord posted by 4156, this Nouniversary Discord, we get to really see all the Nounders from back in time, everything that happened up until the very launch of Nouns. So awesome to hear from all of you guys. Again, Prop 310, Nounish Animations for Kids on YouTube channel. What a great prop to be coming up after the Nouns animations that happened. 309, NFT yearbook prop, working draft. Oh, okay. So 309 must have been canceled.
I think something like when, I don't know, something happened and they had to put it back in or something like this.
Yep. Okay, so that's that new Prop 312.
Were you like, how did you interface with yearbooks in high school? Like,
I was on the yearbook
I
team.
I knew that there would be an answer like that. Okay,
I was
we
on the yearbook
definitely need to hear
team.
this.
Once you were a senior, you could be on yearbook, and I loved it. And we got to run around and take photos of everybody, and we actually put the pages together, like how you make the actual
Yeah.
yearbook. We were in charge of that, and ours was like epic hardcover, huge almanac
Yeah.
amazingness. And I think that my parents still have my yearbooks, and so maybe we'll get access to those when
I
we
still have
visit
mine. They're in
them.
storage. I think I showed you a couple of them.
I did see a couple of them. Yearbooks are so important,
Yeah.
and I can see how important it would be for the nouns. Just like the Dustin Yellen sculpture, where it displays the first 365 nouns. I think like having a yearbook for nouns is so key, and that's something that I would love to have on my bookshelf. Prop 308, Nouns Fest 2023. Prop 307, Naniversary Prop House Party. I think this is put up by Gammy.
Yeah.
I think that he wants to do a Prop House round to celebrate this Nouns anniversary. We talked about how the new Discord came up with Nouniversary Discord, where all the Nounders, we get to see how they created nouns. They did this as a lead up to the next celebration on August 8th, which is the Nouns official launch day birthday. And so I think that this prop house is to be like, you could propose an idea of how you're going to have an anniversary party wherever you are in the world. We obviously started thinking about this already, wherever we're going to be. In August, I believe we are going to be in the Seattle area getting ready for Burning Man. But again, a lot of logistics there. And we're going to get to that as soon as we get closer to that event too. But we have a ton of events before that. So we will get to that a little bit later. Prop 306, SNP SD Comic Con, connecting a cornucopia of creators. I know this is put up by Josh Fisher.
Yeah, I got to hear Josh talk about it a little bit in the Nouncil today.
Yes. I mean, gosh, Comic Con, I have personally been, and I still say it was like one of my favorite events.
I heard it's like pretty
it's amazing, dude.
Over the top.
Dude,
like the outfits and
well, you come dressed as your character.
And the LARPing, yeah.
You can come dressed up. You can come as you are, I worked the event a couple times as like a brand person.
Yeah, I wonder if they could send the nouns in their outfits from the Rose Parade down there.
Dude, yes, and there's brand ambassador opportunities. I can't even tell you guys like how amazing this is. I personally love graphic novels and comics, and so it's like this very nostalgic, amazing event where you are with like artists and creators. And I think that what this prop was supposed to do was to commission some sort of nounish art to happen from a ton of different creators there. This makes a lot of sense to me. If I literally went to Comic-Con this next year and saw nouns, I would freak out. And so,
well, one thing
huge
that was
event
also
for San Diego.
Absolutely. And one thing that was really interesting, I think it was Toady or someone that was talking about it yesterday on one of the TNS spaces, kind of in reaction to the shorts screening, is this revelation. I mean, it's not the first time and it won't be the last time, but if you're a creator, you can use these assets that have some backstory, but also this totally open lore possibility. And you're not being told like what is in bounds or out of bounds. Like you can work within your own look and feel, your own style, your own time format. Like I thought that was really interesting. And if you are a creator out there, I think that is something that will be very attractive about nouns. And especially if there's like pre-allocated funding mandate rounds and stuff like that. Just the openness of it was really demonstrated in the shorts, and that was neat to see. Yeah,
and like they're with the Nouns comic being around right now, it makes so much sense that they would even be there. Maybe there could be like a table with like Nounish brand ambassadors distributing some of those comics. I would love to be a part of that if possible. Like Comic-Con didn't make the event list this year for me, but again, because
what's your character? What is an like? Is it a bunny rabbit? Is it that little rabbit?
It must be the little rabbit that's on my thing. I love the Nounish rabbit, but there's also like huge movies that premiere, like animated movies or like Marvel movies at these things, and I feel like it didn't come on my list this year, but this could be an event definitely that nouns start having a presence at yearly. It is where there are completely art lovers and animators and everything there. Like it makes so much sense to me.
I think that's also something that will need to. It's like time, you know. Time is sometimes like super necessary to create things, but people in different industries, Comic Con as an example that we're using now,
Mhm.
you know, being there once, being there twice, being there 5 times, like then you become like a establishment in these industries, and I think we'll see that at NFT events. We'll see that at film events. We'll see that at animation events. I think
Yes.
that it will require this, multiple year commitment, in my opinion, that to really solidify some of these things that are IRL.
And the noggles and everything like
Yeah.
about the Nouns characters, like all of the art that's come out of the Nouns ecosystem, like shout out Meshup, shout out Illustradora. Um, it just makes sense in this world, in this Comic Con world. Also, there's the relationship now between Nouns and
I
like
mean,
Adult Swim because of
yeah,
Stupid Buddy Studios. So like Adult Swim always throws some like event there or has like they had this like wild, like huge bounce house crazy thing. Like to enter the party, you had to like
mm,
go through like a washing machine and then you like come out of
really,
this slide, which is like these two like legs, like you're being born into the party.
really,
Yes, like there's always activations there. There's comedy shows with major comics. It just feels like an event that Nouns should be at. So I'm excited to see. Hopefully that prop pass.
I think it will.
And the fact that it was like championed by Joshua Fisher, to me alone, that is just like a nod for me. Like that's in the right direction. Like Josh has been in Nouns since day one and is such
Yeah.
a thoughtful person when it comes to how to proliferate and support builders. And
Well, and
so,
Josh is very intentional, and
yes,
he's not like shooting from the hip. You know, he gives thought to these things. He understands it in the world of nouns. He understands it in the world of entertainment, and so, yeah, it's a really good thing to see props come from Josh. I like that a lot.
yes. And I love that we get to have these open conversations about the different types of proposals that do come through Nouns. I think that the fact that there are continually proposals coming in shows that this is an experiment that is continuing. It is an experiment that is working. Ideas are being funded. And I know that a lot of times there can be like these lulls into where there's like defeated props or props that cancel if they're not getting the support. But again, as someone that is out there, as myself, having been someone that has had 3 successful props, I can tell you it is a journey. It is something that you have to keep going towards. So don't be discouraged if you're a builder and have had your props be either defeated or canceled. Like keep going. There's a ton of people there who are in the same boat, including myself. I had like failed prop houses. It's everything I talk about when we talk at NFT conferences about Nouns. It's about perseverance. It's about that entrepreneurial spirit within you, not stopping. And so, speaking of which, we do want to start getting JP. If you're listening in the background
I was gonna
here,
say,
we want to start getting you on deck, getting you ready. I can go ahead and switch to a different screen and let Cheffo talk once I see that you're on screen, just to make sure everything is okay. But basically, I hope you could still hear us from this live stream. We are able to, for the first time, have a guest on this stream, but we're kind of sort of working out audio. So it's going to be a little bit like when you see the news and see a newscaster say like, okay, back to you. And there's that like kind of like 5-second pause of the person sitting there like this. And then they talk. Like you might see that here with our first guest. I'm going to go ahead and Cheffo. Do you want to sort of preface why you think that we chose JP as our first guest while I just make sure that everything's okay here in the background? I'll put you on screen.
yes, of course. I would love to gush over my buddy Jay Potato, the one and only JP. You know, I wish I could say his beautiful name in Portuguese, but yeah, no, he you know is one of many of these like decentralized leaders. I think that's kind of like an important theme here, especially within sub communities. You know, they are communities unto themselves, and we obviously see these dynamics in nouns, but as we start to look down into the sub communities, you see different leaders and leadership roles and opportunities. And I think that as these sub communities continue to grow and solidify and create initiatives and learn from mistakes and learn from wins, having these individuals who really truly deeply understand the larger ecosystem as well as their own local environments is really interesting. I think that's also a super cool thing to note, that like some sub communities like Food Nouns are everywhere. They're global. They're about food. And then other communities are designed to represent an area, whether it's a country, a region, or a city. And I think that there's like a tremendous amount of value in that, because you can onboard in a very different way, and you already have these like local networks of people that you've maybe done things with or you're friends with that have been looking for opportunities to learn about Web3, and leaders like JP are looking for people to bring into this trusted environment. And so it is a really healthy way to onboard, and I think that that's one thing that we do see in Brazil that we got to experience firsthand.
Yep.
It is this really interesting camaraderie, trust, and communication. People are texting each other, calling each other. They've been friends for years. They're just now becoming friends, but they have certain commonalities. And so, JP is doing a really good job of not only being creative, he's extremely creative, but also kind of just being like this uh, I don't know, safe thing that people can rally around. I think that we see that with other people in Brazil as well, and hopefully we'll have them on. But
Nice. Well, I
I'm
think
super excited to have JP on here, and
yep, and I think we're actually ready to go.
no
I'm
no
just
kidding.
gonna get. Let's just see. This is our first time doing a guest. I'm gonna unmute JP over here, and we're gonna go to guest. Hi,
Oh
JP.
my goodness, there he is. Amazing.
We will keep the lag in mind.
We've got the Bud Light Noggles in the house.
Can you hear us, JP?
Hello.
Okay.
All
First
right.
time, like first guest. It's an honor.
Oh,
Wow.
huge honor
Yeah.
for us.
Seriously, huge honor for us. And we will be
Yeah, I can hear
mindful.
you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Everything
yes.
working?
Yes, we will be mindful of the lag. And so there's a little bit of a sound lag for you hearing us. And so after we ask a question, we'll just pause. But it is amazing to see you here. And did you want to just kind of introduce yourself to people here who don't know you?
We've got a good one, don't we?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Cheffo, for the words. I mean,
Of course.
it's an honor. Like everything you said, I'm really happy to have you in Rio. It was an amazing week for me and everyone here. And yeah, my name is JP. I've been building in Nows for a year now, and I build a lot of things, different things, and I mean, from pajama stores, from beer and murals and everything. I'm trying to like spread noggles and bring my friends on it with me. So yeah.
That is so incredible. We have been interfacing online for quite a bit of time now before we were able to meet in person. But we did get to finally meet IRL at NFT Brazil in Sao Paulo. You were a huge part of this conference and have been a huge part in spreading all of the media and photos and videos around all of the camaraderie that was there amongst the Brazilian community and others. Do you think you have like one or two like major takeaways from this conference of why you believe something like this and like events like this are important for our industry?
Yeah, we always work a lot online, and of course, we can bring a lot of people into the community online. But I think during this in real life events, we can really show the power of the community. and the truly spirit of it. I saw a lot of people that already new nouns, people that have heard about nouns before the conference, and I saw they tweeting after it something like, "Okay, I've heard about nouns before, but during NFT Brazil, I could really see the power of the community and how many people are engaged with it." So I think, yeah, this is the main. I already knew it, know it before. I had this I knew the importance of it, but I think I never saw something like that, like the community uh, uniting, like being united as we were. So I'm very proud, and I think this is the most important takeaway from it.
Dude, well, we're proud of you guys. We do get to travel often and meet different nounish groups around the world. There is something very special about the Brazilian community and everything you guys are doing for nouns in proliferation, in art, in community building, in proliferating the auction mechanism with the Nouns BR auction. I know that you also head up Nouns BR. Is there anything you want to talk about Nouns BR and maybe what your inspiration was in sort of forking the Nouns auction for Nouns BR and kind of what you guys are looking forward to doing as a group, especially since like we really want to continue to highlight you guys and maybe there's some type of continued collaboration with between OTG and Nouns on the Air with Nouns BR with anything that you guys want to put forward.
So the Nouns Brazil community, which we call Nouns BR nowadays, it was forked last year, and before that, we already had a community, a Brazilian community in Nouns, and the founders decided to make to turn it a DAO because I mean nouns are really affordable, not affordable for us, and live nouns which are cheaper are not that affordable for us as well. So we thought like, what if we could make a DAO for us, like turn this community that already exists? Because I don't think the solution is to create a DAO from nothing and just try to bring people. I think the most efficient way is to turn a community that already exists into a DAO. Like give um, give the DAO structure for them. So what we the founders did, it was exactly that. The community already existed, and they created this structure, and we could organize ourselves in a DAO and buy tokens that we couldn't before. And yeah, that's the most important. And what I learned about building the Nouns Brazil community after the proposal, the NFT Brazil proposal being defeated, is that Nouns is a model that can be replicated and recreated all over the world, anywhere, anytime. So if we are not, I mean, happy with something, and we in the main DAO, or I mean, there's no main, but yeah, the first Nouns, we can build our own nows. We can build our own DAO and do whatever we want and use that funds to fund Brazilian things, Brazilian activations, Brazilian artists, Brazilian developers, and of course in a small scale, but smaller scale, but it's ours. So this is the most important, and I invite everyone to look for nounsbr.wtf and join us. Buy a token, join this server, and yeah, join us.
I
It's a
also
really great DAO. I'm really proud of it, what we are building.
Oh my gosh, you guys are building incredible things. Maybe in a second too, we can pull up the Nouns BR website and stream that for people so they can see. But I think when you say small impact, the thing that's most important to comment on is you could have things that are smaller activations, but they have like big impact. They are seen by so many people. We are working our butts off over here to get this first sort of video up from Rio of the mural that was painted, and just kind of proving like one wall can have such a big impact on a community. One skate ramp little thing can have such a huge impact on people, as I've been seeing getting tagged in these new like skaters doing tricks on the golden noggles. You know, the surf contest, like with Sunny, seeing like one person out there on these massive waves, like that has a big impact. And so I think it can't be said enough that like your guys' input and everything you guys are doing to proliferate is having a massive impact, I believe, on Nouns. I know it's gotten the attention of others. I think that there is a Nounish video coming out highlighting your entire community. I do want to just like talk for a second too about specific other people within the community. I'm not sure how long you've known them, or maybe if you're just connecting with them for the first time. But you know, when I think of the surf contest, I think of Sunny and I think of Ricky Diane. When I think of the skate park, I think of Vlad, of course, and Farah.
Ricky's in the chat with us.
Yes. And then I also, when I think of the mural, I think of Josue. So, of those sort of three things, maybe you could like touch on if those were new relationships to you or ones that are now just coming about through Nouns and then through NFT Brazil and IRL events.
So yeah, actually, I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday, but one of the three murals Josue made the first
Saw that.
time, the first proposal, it
Yes.
appeared on national television yesterday. What is amazing, and it
Crazy.
was like accidentally, and that's incredible. Like national television, like open television,
Let's go.
Noggles there. So this is incredible, and yeah. So
Incredible.
I start with Josue. I met him I think 3 months ago, and it was an NFT exhibition. So I was like giving stickers and Noggles stickers, and I met him. So it's kind of new relationship. Sunny was the first time I met him for the first time just with you during that day, and but Ricky is a friend. Like I think I met him at Blockchain Rio last year. It was September, so not that new, but we chat a lot, so we are friends. Deb Invest, we are friends for a long time in the ecosystem, and yeah, and Vlad, Vlad, I met at NFT Rio as well, and the Treasure Hunt. So almost a year now, and Faha, I just met during that day as well.
That's
It,
amazing. You know.
But I mean, it's important
Yeah.
to highlight that even though we don't know all of us each other in person, like I met Illustrador for the first time doing NFT Brazil. We are very united and we support each other anytime, anywhere, always.
It was great to meet Illustradora. It was great to meet Deb. It was great to meet Ricky. It was great to meet Sunny. And it was interesting to see that you guys sometimes were meeting each other for the first time or the
mm-hmm.
second time, third time. And, you know, pretty much like none of that mattered in a way. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because there was this, great event going on, it had pretty much like been taken over by NounsDAO. It was like a completely safe place for anybody in Nouns. At any given point, there would be 30 or 40 people wearing noggles taking a picture. And, I don't think that was missed by anybody in the event. I think that became like pretty obvious pretty quickly. Yeah, it was just super cool to feel like there was this like large, it's like one of those trading like heat maps where they have the little bubbles, and each
Yeah.
bubble's like a different size and a different color, and some are green or some are red. It was like Nouns was like this huge bubble and was very green, very nounish, like at the event. And it was, I think, attracting other people. Um, yeah,
Totally.
I think it gave an opportunity to attract people to different speeches,
Yes.
art performances. Yeah, it was great, and I think it also was like good to um, create that like comfortness that people need to get to know each other, to actually say, hey, there's this surf competition, like, do you want to come do this? Or,
Yes.
hey, there's this art project, like, do you want to be a part of that? Really amazing, not to mention the 800-pound Bob in the room. Yeah, like Bob Burnquist, super
Yeah, like
nounish,
legends being there.
legend, like amazing, hanging out, chilling, just really incredible stuff.
I think, yeah, it shows why events like that are so important, because there's a lot of things we can measure. We talk about this a lot. Um, Likes, follows, all these things, views on a video. There's a lot of things that have like infinite amount of value to them, such as making new relationships, such as like us meeting or getting the opportunity to meet Ricky, and then through Ricky, a new person that we now like are connected with, getting to meet Sunny, and finding out about this like nounish connection that we hadn't known about before, until that moment. And now, like, thinking about other things that we can do in the future, to kind of proliferate other people's nounish projects, such as filming Sunny and getting that opportunity to do that at a surf competition in Rio. Shout out to Layback Pro. We got to meet the people for Layback Pro. They're doing awesome stuff like for surf contests around all of Brazil. So there's some cool sort of sponsorship things that we could probably do with them as well. But in the end, it's great to be around such a mindful group of people who are obviously all so talented, so athletic, which is so crazy. Everyone's doing different things, but we're also like very creatively driven, and like for to connect with like a group of people where you're instantly like, okay, how can we do something with each other? Like what project, what film, what little short video, what athletic contest? Like the fact that we can all do that together is so incredible, and
Hey,
it's just so
Aubtoshi,
rare.
do you know what you need though when you're doing athletic competitions?
What?
You need to drink water. So I think that's a very good time for our unofficial water sponsor of the day here on Nouns on the Ground, Saratoga, a nice, delicious still water in a beautiful blue bottle. I think this is bottled someplace here in, I'm not sure where, bottled in America, but unofficial sponsor. This is not an ad, but it certainly could be.
Okay, that's
But
our
I feel like I have to drink it.
that's our unofficial water sponsor, but we kind of have like some semi-official beverage sponsors
Oh, yeah.
now. Two beer companies that I want to shout
Oh,
out.
yeah.
The first one being
It's too early for beer.
The first one being Public Good IPA. We're not going to be drinking a beer on the live today. It's
No.
way too early. But Public Good IPA, shout out to you guys. The Nounish beer. I know JP has also been working on some really cool images and videos from the conference where people were drinking this Public Good IPA, was being proliferated in Brazil. And thank goodness it was, because our other favorite beer company apparently has not made their way into Brazil yet. I saw JP rocking these. I also have them. These are the Bud Light
Shout out
Next
Bud Light.
Noggles. Shout out to Bud Light. They are very nounish. And we kind of were all talking at the mural when we were there, saying like, well, when Bud Light Brazil? They are not in the country of Brazil yet. So maybe I have a meeting with them next week. I'm just saying, maybe that's something I can sort of like ask them about and be like, why hasn't this happened yet? That's the coolest thing about Nouns too, is like
Bud Light would crush in Brazil.
Yes, and we love proliferating other Nouns projects. I'm trying to think, like, JP, is there another Nouns project that you really like? Obviously, I know that you're heavily into food nouns. You've done so much. We were able to meet other individuals in Rio who actually were a part of the Food Nouns Garden that was funded.
Amazing.
You can talk about food nouns, but like, are there other, things you want to shout out? I know that there's also the Nouns Factory. I'm sure there's like a couple people that you're thinking of right now.
The question is, do you have your pajamas on?
Yeah. No, I do
I
not
was
have them
waiting for.
on, but and I'm really happy that a lot of Brazilian props on the Food Nows prop house round,
Oh yeah.
the latest one. So yeah, but I want to highlight a project that there's not Brazilian at all, but I love, which is the NNS, like the Now's Name Service,
Yep.
which is I this one I have to do it, but I think it's my one of my favorite projects in the Now universe. And I think it has a bright future alongside with NARS, which is another amazing project.
Yes.
You can see how united they are, how engaged they are here in Brazil. I think one third of the NARS community is Brazilian, so it's really
That's
impressive.
crazy.
Wow.
And yeah, I love all projects that I'm involved with. The Public Good Beer, the Nows Factory, and the Now Square Brazil, and the whole Now Square team. Yeah, and I mean, I'm involved in a lot of things, and I love that way of working. I'm working on a new prop. I actually not I cannot talk a lot about that, but there's a new prop
Ooh.
coming for content creation that
Cool.
I'm involved with, not in the project itself, but in the prop process. And I think they will kill it. And yeah, I'm very excited about pretty much everything that I'm working on, because yeah, I'm that person. So
Now I
that's it.
heard also, JP, that you were working on a vegetarian cookbook. Is that correct?
the
I like to
the
tease you.
audio relay is hilarious for jokes.
It is.
The
You have to
delay.
you have to wait for the punchline.
No, it's a lie. I don't eat vegetables. I don't eat fruits. I don't eat. I don't. I'm like a kid. I eat like a kid. I eat fast food. Not at all. I eat candies and just meat. I'm terrible. Sorry for that.
No,
But we
it's
had a
not
great
terrible.
food experience in Brazil.
We did, didn't we?
We went to some cool restaurants and had really great
Yes.
food. And I ate green things that I'm not
Yeah.
sure about.
I think that was like
I'm not sure what
kale.
they were, but I ate it. So
Or some type of
you should be
seaweed or
proud of me.
something. We are so proud of you, and for me, like, I definitely see, and we've talked about this, but a huge like collaboration opportunity for us and for you with OTG. And so we are stoked, and it makes so much sense that you were our first guest on here. And thank you for kind of going along with us as we did a trial and error of figuring out how to make that happen. I think it was perfect. I love seeing you center screen on the live, and audio is great. Like, you look great. It's an honor to have you here. I'm excited to continue conversations with you. And truly, JP, like, thank you for everything. I think a lot of times, some of the builders in the ecosystem, it can just be so hard because everyone's building all the time. And you may not hear quite often those awesome, like, accolades or people thanking you for all the effort and work that you put in. So, just from us here at Nouns on the Air, we totally see you. You are incredible. Thank you for everything that you do. And we really, really look forward to everything that we can do together as we continue to move forward in our creative efforts within the DAO. And just thank you again for being our first guest. I think you killed it. Did you have any last words before we switch you off and sign off here?
But now I'm gonna be sad, Aubtoshi. What are you doing? Man, the delay. I have to play like
I just want to say thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be the first guest. And yeah, I hope to be back soon and to have more Brazilian friends here with you. And you are more than welcome in Brazil. I hope you guys come back soon. And yeah, have a great show and
Yay.
long life to OTG on the air and everything. You guys are doing really great. I'm a huge fan of the project.
Tama
Oh my
junto. Tama
gosh.
junto, my friend.
Tamajunto. We love you, JP. Have an awesome day. Wow. Okay. So outside of the
Love that.
delay, that was really incredible. We have been, if you've been watching our stream, like, really dying to get guests on here live. Couldn't imagine a better first guest, especially since we were closing out sort of our time there in Rio. I hate saying that. I get very sad inside. I have never been so upset to leave a group of people before, not just the amazing beautiful place that we were in, but truly like the amazing beautiful people that we were around. Like, I'm gonna cry thinking about it right now, but I'm
It's
not gonna
okay
do
to
that to you
cry,
guys. I'm not
Aubtoshi.
gonna do that to you guys.
You
But
can cry.
honestly, JP,
fine.
just you're just so incredible. Everyone around in that area is incredible. I really hope to maybe like tomorrow we can get Vlad on. I'd like to talk a little bit more
That'd be
about the
cool.
skate park and about Farah and everything that they did. He's the creator of those skate ramp noggles, you guys. Like he saw the noggles and immediately like thought, what could I do like for the skate sort of scene? And he made those noggles that we've all seen incredible photos of with skaters on it now too. So would love to have Vlad on here to sort of talk about that. Vlad himself is also just like an insanely good skateboarder. Like he's one of those dudes like at the park like people are skating, but Vlad is just like killing it. So I think he would be another fantastic guest. We of course have our friends like Joey Ponzi from the Bitcoin School, Deb Invest, some of our friends who are trying to get their English practice in, and so we will get them on as well. But maybe we can start having this guest segment happen a couple times a show. Maybe we have 2 different guests we bring in,
of
but
course.
there's something really special about getting to hear people live from where they are. And so again, chat, thank you guys so much for being here. If you have someone or you yourself want to be a guest on this show or anyone you can think of, please send them our way. We have proven that we can do it now. We got to fix that little delay. It's so funny, but it is like when you watch like the news channel and you see the reporter out in the field, they're like, back to you. And they're just sitting there like this.
Or they're like on their phone. they're like this. I'll do it. They're like,
it was a little bit longer than I thought. It's like, that was like about a 10-second one. So I'm just sitting here like this.
that was like a 20.
I kept like
second
catching
delay.
myself on screen being like, but honestly, so cool to be able to have this type of technology where we can actually live port
all over the
people
world.
in anywhere in the world. So
Amazing.
truly, if you guys have an idea about somebody or if you yourself are like, hey, I want to do this, I'm thinking of you, Malcolm. I haven't quite seen if you're in this chat yet, but
He is.
oh,
He
okay,
was.
awesome. It's good to see you guys. Like when the person's on screen, it's like a very tiny chat bubble. So again, please just reach out. We can coordinate how to make that happen. There wasn't a lot of back and forth between us and JP to make that happen. So it's pretty easy and straightforward and super special and super, super worth it. So I think what a great way to kind of, wrap up our time. We did spend 2 weeks in Brazil. We have been like telling everybody here, like on the way, like on the airplane, and like as we're checking into the next place, like how are you guys? We're like sad
Yeah.
because we just left a beautiful place and beautiful groups of people. And
Well, and that's important. We talk about people, places, and things on here,
yes,
and we do it in our own way. And there's more than one person to talk about from that experience. We get to highlight JP, Josue, Zeke, Third Eye, like the whole squad.
Yes.
Like, and I'm sorry if I'm leaving people out. It's just a long list.
yeah, same.
yeah.
We're really thinking of all of you guys as a whole when we're talking about you guys.
Absolutely. And I think, for me, that's just like kind of one of the big takeaways is that I know now that like there's all these new people that like I want to work with and that I can work with and that you can and our program can
and that others can, like
Yeah,
connecting
absolutely.
people, like I think with our whole story with Ricky, and I saw that you said Ricky was in the chat. Hi Ricky, how's it going? We miss you guys terribly. But even like your introduction with us into Sunny, and then getting to introduce you, it was the first time JP met Sunny as well. Like there's so many different people like working in this and like being sponsored by Nouns that it's like kind of impossible to understand all of those people at one time. And so it's those little things that like make and then like you're Ricky doing music now with your brother, like for Nouns BR. Like there's so many Nounish
we'll be
things
playing
happening.
those bangers on here, I'm sure, one day.
Yes, like please let us know when that goes down. But now that we're all connected online and on Twitter and stuff and on Instagram, like you guys will not be able to get rid of us. I will be sharing everything you guys do. I think that that's another important thing to note, that in community building and when you guys are making new relationships and new friendships out there with people doing sort of the same things as you, of course, we all have different hobbies and things that we're into, but we do have this connectedness through Nouns and the Nouns projects that we're doing. It takes no time to like and retweet or repost on your story, like something that you see that's Nounish, and it really, really helps the creators and people who are putting in all of the effort and work, because you may be seeing one little video, but you don't know how long it took for that video to be made or the hours of the editing and stuff too. It's really important and a great reminder of an easy way that we can all support each other is just by continuing to like get more eyes on each other's work. And the easiest way to do that is obviously social media. And then, we really want this platform to be that for you guys as well. So if you guys ever have projects, if you don't want to be a guest, no problem. But if you ever have projects that are completed or something you got going on or a new song
we can just
or
talk
a new
about it.
sponsorship, yes, like send us the info for that so we can talk about it for you and get more eyes on those projects for you guys too. And like you guys have watched our stream sort of like evolve. And we did at one point in time when we first made this podcast, we thought like, okay, the Thursday stream's about people, the Friday stream's about places, and the Saturday stream's about things. But what's really happened, just like how you said, Cheffo, like it's so hard to just talk about one person or one place or one thing. Like it's almost like nouns on the air is people, places, and things all the time.
Yeah.
It's all tons of people in all different places and all different things that we're talking about forever, like all in one little thing. And so we will continue to sort of segment those things out to make the show a little bit more clear to people. But what I think is very clear to me is that there's an endless amount of people, places, and things that are nounish to talk about. And so we're
every time
blessed
we
to have this platform to do that.
Yeah, every time we open up the, DAO vote page, there's more props, and like that won't stop, and there's props coming down in all the different ecosystems, and that won't stop. And so,
Yeah.
And each one of those props, generally speaking, has something to do with the person, something to do with the place, and something to do with the thing.
Yep.
It's really interesting, and it all does meld together, but also, requires its own type of like separate conversations and highlighting. And I just really like that. And I think that maybe we can even experiment with like something on the OTG website where we are have like we could have like a highlight section.
We should have a highlight section with communities. That is so smart. I'm actually gonna, while you're talking
Thank
about
you.
that, there's two things that JP brought up that I want to go over. Let me see. NounsBR.WTF. Let's pull up NounsBR.WTF. Let's do that. And we go to the window here with us. Okay. NounsBR.WTF. This is the Nouns Brazil auction.
I like their art.
I love this. Oh, Josue just won that one. That one's so cool. Okay, so there's these iconic like shout outs to all of these Brazilian animals or like little things or, monuments, which is so freaking cool. Like, let's go through a couple of these nouns. Oh my God. Like, I haven't seen a lot of these. What is that? Body, tricolor, amber. Oh, no, wait. Head, guarana. Ooh, a guarana head. Head. Wait, chutiera preta. Guys, do not roast me right now. I'm learning. You guys know that I'm trying to learn. This is incredible. What is this head? Surf? Wow, it's a surfboard head. Surtao nordestino? I'm assuming that's some type of cactus.
Would you like me to help?
Oh my God, look at this little guy.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. You guys, who did the art for this? I should have kept JB on a little bit longer to be like, who did the art for NounsBR?
Yeah, you threw him off the stage.
Can
there,
someone in the chat tell us like
Can
who
the
did the
devs
art
fix
for this?
this?
Like, this is incredible. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Blue Parrot. Wow. Wow. Okay, so they have, just like with food nouns, having these different like food items for their auction. There are different heads I've never even seen before. You guys, okay, so anyone from the Nouns BR team right now, what I would encourage you to do is there is the new Nouniversary Discord, like I talked about a little bit earlier, where the Nounders set it up, where there's a channel in there where we get to see all of the chats happening in real time that the Nounders were having while forming the DAO. But there's also a channel called Noundry.
Ricky is in the chat saying that he thinks it was Desinista.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool, dude. Shout out to Destinista. You guys, let's encourage all the artists to go to this channel and the new Discord. It's called Noundry. If you remember from last year, during the Nouns anniversary, their first birthday, 8 new heads were added to the actual NounsDAO, okay? What you guys can do is in this Noundry channel is post these additions that you guys have. I have not seen a lot of these. You should post them there. And you guys can actually submit them to be part of the Nouns collection. which is really, really a huge opportunity and can just like put BR right there. I mean, look at this guy. The toucan. Are you freaking kidding me? That is so good. Whoever did this is like an incredible pixel artist. Like truly. What is that? Is that like meat on a thing? Oh my God. It's meat being like barbecued. Okay. Please, you guys, a whole football field. Go to, if you have questions about this later, like reach out to us, but go to the Noundry channel in the new Nouniversary Discord. If you need that link, I'll try to find it right now and post it here in the chat, or maybe Cheffo, you could do that. It was like, it's in a 4156 tweet.
I was looking at all the auctions.
They're so good.
What did you want me to post?
Find the 4156 tweet with the Discord link to the Nouniversary Discord, and can you post that in chat so everyone can join that Discord?
Yeah, I have that.
Once you guys
I'm in the Discord.
click that link, yes. Oh, just click or just post the link somewhere. Once you guys have that link, go to the Noundry channel, submit these heads. I think it'd be really epic if even one of them kind of got added to the actual Nouns collection. And of course, let's check out your guys' DAO. Nice, 10 ETH. Let's freaking go. Okay. 6 props. This is very much giving me like FOODNOUNS vibes. I'm loving this because there's not a lot of props going on, but they're all like very significant and very special to the community, just like within FOODNOUNS. I do see, okay, Musica Nanishcom, Os Brothers, Diane, that's Ricky's prop. And I know that they're currently working on that and making music. Wow. There's a lot of cool things to look at here. And it's so fun because you know what I love about these smaller DAOs, especially like FOODNOUNS and stuff too. We should actually look at a FOODNOUNS right now. The thing I love about them is that like all of the props get passed because the communities are very excited just to like fund anything. Let's pull up a FOODNOUNS here.
You know, I mean, it's what it is. Like, it's young. It's kind of how it goes. But I do hope that like
look at these. Cheffo, you got to submit some of these also to the channel. I know that a lot of these are announced heads, but that's an original Cheffo one. The s'more. For the FOODNOUNS.
That's a lot of art.
We got the void in there to be conscious and mindful about the fact that we can talk about food in the DAO all day, but there are tons of, lack of food around the world. And so the void head is there to remind us all of that. We want to fill the void. Let's see. The gaufrette. That's how you say it, right? Gaufrette. Yeah, little potato fry there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find like an OG original one that you did as well. Oh, Spam Musubi. Incredible. I think that any of these that are like new heads, Cheffo, you should totally just resubmit. This little shrimp. You guys, that's so freaking cute. This one 100% should be submitted. The Nutella.
I'm working on some new ones.
Nutella, the fortune cookie is a big deal. You should totally submit fortune cookie.
I did peach and pit, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I have to make new ones,
Yes, and just like, not the Discord. I don't want to go there. Just like with here the DAO. Your guys' we have 5 props within FOODNOUNS right now too. A lot of the FOODNOUNS proposals happen through Prop House, which I was actually going to visit right now as well, because JP did comment on the fact that with this most recent FOODNOUNS Prop House, there was a lot of Brazilians submitting awesome props. Thank you guys so much for doing that. Let's see. I'm going to have a really hard time voting on this round, and I'm probably going to do that thing where I like give everybody like a vote or two. But it looks like there was 11. Oh, I'm so sorry. Not 11. How can I see how many props there are? Was it, I think you said 13 props. Like they're all recipes. Amazing Brazilian food recipes. Oh, Josue, crispy pastries, FOODNOUNS. Oh my gosh, with the F, get out of here.
Yeah, dude.
Noun 615, FOODNOUN badges, Japanese hot plate. I think that's Terroron. Oh, Third Eye's in here with authentic Thai red curry pork. Oh my gosh, with the noggles. Fen with the true Cajun jambalaya. Another one from Terroron, who, if you guys do not know this person, Terroron posts Nounish food content every single day.
Terroron and Tamagotchi.
He posted every day. You guys should follow him on Instagram if you love food and if you love nouns. Let's see. FOODNOUNS Food Rescue. I love that. And then FOODNOUNS campaign spreading love one meal at a time. Okay. All of these are fantastic. Go ahead and go to the Food Nouns prop house if you haven't seen these props yet. So you can see all the amazing recipes that came up. And I think that Cheffo, I'm not going to talk about right now. We're going to keep it a little bit secret, but Cheffo has an idea, since there were so many awesome recipes submitted in this round. For anyone who doesn't win this exact prop house, we can talk about that a little bit later. But also, Cheffo, like my brain is totally spinning because Food Nouns started as an idea as a cookbook. And maybe we like go through all the prop houses and all this stuff, and like maybe that does get built out with our friends in Brazil, and we end up being like the first ever Food Nouns cookbook comes and it's like fully Brazilian.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would love to be a part of that and do cookbook stuff and all sorts of different cuisines. To be completely honest,
Yes.
I think that would be amazing to make like a hardback series as well as a digital series.
Oh, totally.
I think that that'll take a bit of work and organization, but it's 100% possible. Things like that will happen, you know, in the DAO. Food is just naturally brings out creativity.
Yeah, and brings out collaboration.
It
'Cause,
does.
like you like to cook with people, you like to cook for people.
Yeah.
You like to give food away. You love to like eat yourself and have these
Yeah.
experiences, and then like hear about other people's food experiences and what foods they like, and you're learning about new foods all the time. So I really, really
We had an
love this
interesting
idea.
moment the other day when we sat down and were given a menu for the first time in English in like a month or something, and that was a trip. You know, like
Oh my God, it
it's
was so weird.
It's been really cool to like, you know, challenge yourself to get through a menu where you can't necessarily read it all. And of course, sometimes there's English, or sometimes they'll bring you the English menu, but a lot of times not. And yeah, it's just kind of, as a chef, it's been really wonderful to
It's been a trip.
do that. And then, you know, coming here and then you just get the English menu naturally. It's just like wild. But
Well, and like something that sounds so like you wouldn't normally think about this, but when we're walking around in France or in Brazil, like when you're just walking around, people's random conversations that you can overhear and stuff too are happening in that native language.
yeah,
So we came here again and we're in New York, just like walking around, and all of a sudden, like we can understand everybody again.
yeah.
I
it's
can hear
like-
what this like group is saying over here. I
Just
can hear
like-
these like little kids yelling at each other. It's like in English, and we can
I
understand.
heard
it.
about
It's like,
a cilantro jalapeno salad dressing the other day on the street. These two girls were talking. It was like one of them really liked the dressing, was telling her friend about it. That one hit me. I liked that.
yes, and it's weird because you don't really think about these things, but we are back in an area like it kind of I think shows how much we really were like dialing back what we know to be able to take in new information and to try to understand as much Portuguese as possible, and whether that be on a menu or our friends talking around us. I think that we really were truly like in a headspace of understanding, because like we came back here and then like hearing only English was like very strange right away. And, like we both kind of looked at each other like, okay, like even like yeah, like getting the menu in English was so funny. Like we both just had this moment of like, wow, we've really had like to turn on a different part of our brains. And so kind of readjusting to that is interesting. We will be in New York for a week. We are here specifically for Tribeca Film Fest. It was an event on our OTG list for this year. We did pick two movie festivals. I was like, couldn't get the name, but like two festivals around movies and filmmaking. That was Cannes, France, which we just did before Brazil, and now Tribeca. We find that these are important, because there's a lot of like media around, and like that's very nounish in general and things that we could do, but also because as we're going on this OTG journey this whole year, we are ending it by making a documentary film about it. So being around, seeing the documentaries that are coming out, seeing which ones are NFT related or crypto related, seeing which ones have like maybe a female lead character, seeing which ones have co-directors that are also partners. Like all of these things are very important to us. And, you know, in Cannes, we had an opportunity to celebrate Bitcoin Pizza Day and meet a lot of different writers and directors, one of those being a Nouns proposer themselves. And so who knows who we're going to meet here in Tribeca, but I do know that there's other Nounish people that we will be reconnecting with. Hopefully, I think Sasquatch comes back into town today. We do want to do a full-blown interview with Sasquatch about Nouns esports. They have been killing it. And I think that they're making it to a certain finals that we've been waiting to hear if they're going to do that. So huge congrats and shout out to Nouns esports and to Sasquatch for really like leading the charge in that industry, the gaming industry, one that is a little reluctant to take on and accept NFTs and be sort of fans of it, but you're making it happen. So we got Sasquatch. We have other friends from like the Web3 music world that are here, and we even have some B friends that are here. So there can be a lot that can go down in New York in just 1 week. It's a city that truly does never sleep. We kind of did have to catch up and for health reasons, like kind of just get back on this like US schedule. And then after New York, we will be in Canada. So everyone's going to be speaking English up there too, or French. Maybe we can practice our French with Toady. But we will be there at ETH Waterloo. It is an ETH global event. Waterloo is about an hour outside of Toronto. Vitalik Buterin will be a keynote speaker. And so
Incredible.
say your prayers for me, guys, in Brazil, because like I am gonna make this meeting happen with Vitalik. I gotta have some type of photo. I gotta have something. What I really want is like an interview, like a 1-question interview, even.
Yeah, we need something soft that we can just toss at Vitalik.
Well, you know what? It's interesting.
Knuckles might hurt.
The best interview.
Here you go, Vitalik.
Like this, if someone tosses at my face and like I missed it, like these would hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like NFT Paris is the last time we had our podcast live set up like in a booth. We didn't stream live, but we did record like 25 different interviews with individuals, but we actually get the opportunity, thank you, Mono, another funded Nouns proposer, to set up in the Nouns booth. So there will be a interactive Nouns booth at ETH Waterloo, and we get to set up the podcast there on Friday. So that's going to happen next Friday.
Live. I feel like it should be live.
We could totally go live.
You know, and
that
almost
could be interesting.
Like, could we do a different live, like a different stream for each guest? Is that too crazy?
No,
like,
that's not crazy at all. It's almost like instead of like start recording, we could just say start streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
And it could just be a live. I think that sounds awesome. And that way, like the content comes out immediately.
Yeah.
That is such a good idea.
You can have all the commenting and all that, and it could be really cool for people to tune in from all around that aren't there.
Yes. Okay. Love that
Pretty
idea,
good idea,
Cheffo.
right? Yeah.
Really good idea. And what we can actually do is have just like a continuous stream. And then when we're in between guests, I can have like a scene on that just says like next guest coming soon or something.
Sounds good.
You know, that way, like we stay live the whole time and anyone can tune into the channel for that. I saw that this worked very well for the Nouns Shorts premiere. I do know that we have a little bit of time left in this episode. And since in the spirit of Tribeca Film Fest and stuff, I would love to be able, if you think that's okay, Cheffo, to go into that Nouns Shorts animation for anyone that hasn't seen and sort of watch some of these and like live react. What do you think?
I'm down.
Okay, let me get this open. Nouns.
We have plenty of time. We're going to a film this evening that is called This Is Not Financial Advice, and it is a documentary about crypto and about kind of like, as they say in their description, the Wild West elements of crypto, which we all frankly are familiar with. There's different characters who have kind of been a part of the last like year or so, different stories about coins and all sorts of stuff. So it'll be really interesting. I think that there'll be this kind of a vibe of like, you know, basically this is not financial advice, that kind of vibe, which I'm really excited about to see how they kind of handle the crypto messaging.
Yep.
You know, obviously one of the things that we're working on is telling a different story and telling a more nounish story and kind of explaining, different opportunities for different opportunities. And I'm really excited about that to hopefully bring a different voice, to be completely honest, because the truth is that there are these documentaries and everything out there that are kind of like this, which are a little bit like fear-based. And I think that's healthy, you know, like to keep people from getting wrecked. But at the same time, like we can't just have like fear-based documentaries. And it's kind of interesting that and honestly fairly predictable, like are the first waves of crypto documentaries. You know, you're going to get these kind of fear-based sensationalized things that do have like real stories behind them of people getting wrecked. And so I'm interested in telling a different story and kind of explaining our experience and yours and different people like JP and
Yep.
you know, people all over the world and that are, you know, a bit more nounish than the average person in crypto. And so it'll be good for us to feel that energy and
And
see
like
that.
plant our energetic seed
Yeah,
into this festival
exactly.
to be like, we're coming back, baby.
Yeah,
We will
exactly.
see you next year.
So that is what we're going to see tonight, Aubtoshi. That is at
Okay.
8:45 at the AMC Theater, 19th Street.
Let's go. That
and
sounds awesome.
Super stoked.
In the meantime, I got these animations up here. Let me see if I can do window capture. Okay. Their YouTube channel is right there on the screen, guys. I know this isn't the best screen right now that I have, but it's just so we can live
I
react
like
with
that.
you.
Perfect, Aubtoshi.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Ooh,
We're going to throw a global pizza party that we're going to fund
snacks.
by selling blockchain-based NFTs.
So I guess
pizza.
they help sponsor the
Wanting
event.
to
Yes.
build towards a world where everyone can just eat.
Shout out Snacks. Thank you, Pizza DAO.
People came to Pizza DAO because they wanted to bring the world together around pizza. And so having like a really strong mission that people can sink their teeth into, that was our secret.
Cool.
Yeah, super cool.
So these all kind of come in order in a row.
Cool.
I love this.
Begin Mobile's assignment process.
A horse on a mountain? Drooping sunflowers? A coffee mug. A sunrise? An umbrella? It's a frog jumping over an apple. No, wait!
Oh, cool. Shout out Atrium. Loved that. I can't wait to see like what he becomes as a noun and like what that all means. I do think
a
that
little scary.
I do think the wizard one by Nounish, the Nounish team is next.
Okay.
Oh yes. You guys haven't seen this yet. Here it is.
Vitalitas spiritus Deo non plus. What have you done? This spell of transmutation has become too strong.
I thought saying it together
Looks
would
great.
make it work this time.
The sorcerer's
So
texts
cool.
are sacred. They're not to be trifled with.
But how can I be a good apprentice if I don't get to practice any spells?
You're not my apprentice. You're a hat.
And whose fault is that?
Silence! You're lucky to be alive. Blast!
Master, please, let me help you chant the reversal spell. I gooped up, okay, but we can fix it together.
Ha! You've done quite enough. An incantation that gives life is the most dangerous. Pray to her.
I want to know who the voices are. I think that's like Becca or something. It sounds like her maybe a little bit.
It's too unruly.
That was people's favorite lines during the live. They're like, it's too unruly.
Holy smokes, I've got arms and legs again. And you said I wasn't with
I
material.
love the wizard hat.
Master? Oh, jeez, the old
I can't wait till
balls really
Food
are
Nouns
cold.
has arms one day. They're just gonna pop out. Like that.
You gotta snap out of it. I'll scrub the castle for a week. You can use me as a shower cap. Please, just wake up. I guess it's up to me then.
You can use me as a shower cap.
These don't help at all. Vita, Decadat, Vitalitas, Buratius, Spiritus.
Vitalitas Buratus or whatever.
I didn't catch that before. That's hilarious.
Amazing, amazing.
Aw.
We'll have to ask Vitalik to put a spell on it.
Love the treasure chest. I use that GIF often.
You, little bros, help me reverse this spell. If we let it go much longer, it could change into anything.
Hey, who are you calling bro?
Yes, why would we want to help a jerk like you?
Oh, you slugs! I bring you to life, and this is how you repay me.
Give it a rest, mate.
Yeah, keep your head on.
That's such an Aussie thing to say. Keep your head on.
Mm-hmm. cool. They got pixelated.
I love this.
Oh, good, you're awake.
Huh?
We got rid of the spell.
Oh, Merlin, there's more of you.
Yeah, we're new apprentices. Oh, but don't worry, you'll barely notice they're here.
The wizard's hat. So cool.
Amazing.
I love watching the behind the scenes of how they made that.
First rule of being a wizard is looking the part. So we'll have to find you some robes. That's probably not going to work well for you guys. Maybe we'll skip rule 1 and go straight to rule 2.
Ooh. Setting up the next story.
Is it the undead hand?
Yeah.
Now 22 in the house.
So cool. I love that one.
Amazing. That was really good.
Oh, this one's so good. Like what?
I love it. I like all the sound and engineering that animators are so good at. Like, the sound is epic. Sashimi strike. That's really good. Hey, it's some octopus. My favorite.
Oh, I love. Did you notice that the yellow noggles are the ones that are left?
Oh, I see.
Which I think is interesting.
Head-to-head for the title of punniest rapper in the Nouniverse. Tonight we
This
got
one's actually
Egg
funny.
versus Chili.
This is hilarious.
Boomy, drop that beat. I would start with a mom joke, but your mom is the comedian. And I heard your bro tried stand up, crack one yoke, never seen again.
Love
You're
it.
biting my style,
Get
but I'm
it.
letting it slide. Cause I bet my mind that your head will be
Who-
fried.
who
Your
is
ass
this
will be toasted.
genius?
Bread on the side, what you run on my plate. Exercise, so excited, like
Exercise.
he just got paid. I asked him why he's so happy. He said, I just got laid. He can't come out
Dang.
of his shell. Too
That's so
afraid
funny.
of
I just got
being
laid like an
heard
egg.
you didn't want
Funny,
a battle.
man.
Too afraid of
Have you caught all the puns?
Trying.
Okay, beating an egg. I see what you did there. Let's see what Egg has to say about that. This guy got
Egg
jokes
comes
about
hard.
my head. Don't get caught up in the race, or this eggnoggin might end up getting all up in your face. This hothead got me boiling up. What a silly old plan. Talking about beating me, you know this chili con can't. Yeah, this episode of Hormones
Okay.
is a flop because he not one. This guy's colder than an Eskimo in snow. It's time to stop, son. What he thought was a burn was just a minor irritation. Son, if you want these kind of bars, you'll need an education.
That's
Education.
hilarious.
Let's get that.
Oh my god.
Wow. We should do that for Food Nouns University and Education.
Unique. I like this one as well. Stop motion is insane. You
It's
guys.
incredible. This is amazing. It's got a vibe to it. Here's Gammy. I like that
Cute.
depth of field thing that they played with here.
Yeah.
That's wild.
This one's also really, really cool.
Wow.
So fun.
Super creative.
Let's go. I really actually like this one a lot.
Mm.
Another stop motion. You guys are so talented. Are you freaking kidding?
Too good. I like his little slide stage right. He's out of there.
Waiting for the baseball one. That seemed to be a crowd favorite.
Geez, that zombie attack was pretty intense, guys. Oh, yeah. Nearly just made it, didn't we? Everyone okay? No one got bit? No, I'm all good. Yeah, all good, mate. Steve, what about you, mate? You didn't respond. You're not infected, are you? Who, me? Nah. Why'd you say it like that? Like what? Your voice is like high-pitched. It's almost like you're hiding something. Oh, I bloody knew it. Well, I hope you're real proud of yourself, Steve. Look what's happened now. My bad, guys.
Get it? The undead noun? With the hand?
That's hilarious.
It's like the interviews and like behind the scenes of these.
Yeah.
Which I think is great to see.
My name's Lachlan Pendragon.
My name's Lee Peffer.
My name is Ainsley Henderson.
My name is Lil Bubble.
My name is Drew Shaw.
That's crazy.
My name is Brian.
3D print guy here.
I'm Adam.
I'm Erin.
I'm Mike Greeny.
I'm Jose Dorado.
My name's Aisha Maryland.
My name is Zeroix Israel.
And I'm an animator from Brisbane, Australia.
I've been in stop motion for about
12,
13 years now.
I'm a parody musician and mixed media digital artist.
I created this short with my creative partner, Tobias Krebs. It was a joy to make. I made the film with my 4-year-old son.
Oh my god, his is so cute.
He's very proud of the film, as am I. But actually, he picked the selection of nouns. He picked out the pizza one and the pink flamingo one, and
it's so cute. You're not gonna be able to handle the cuteness.
The nouns that he thought were interesting.
It was super fun to make and put out this film as CCO, open for reuse, repurposing.
Working on a film that I'm releasing as CCO was a liberating experience for me.
For now,
I think that's AI.
I had the idea that it was like whimsical fun and that each character has their own identity and fun personality.
As we were scrolling through them all, we were seeing lots of squares and lots of glasses, and we were kind of looking for something a little more feminine, trying to fill in that gap, something we could add some curves to among all those pixels.
The noun that I picked in my short was goat, which I think is just a genuinely stupid idea for a guy. He doesn't have a goat's head. He has a goat for a head. So that's pretty silly.
That was hilarious.
Noun 159. Our hero so far in this noun-ish journey surely did shine.
This is the noun that I picked. He's a baseball. I know nothing about baseball, but I love that he's such a simple object to anthropomorphize, and it brings up so many questions about his existence. Like, what is his function? Does he play in baseball games? I don't know. Why does he have glasses? Who are his parents? I gave him a catcher's mitt because it seemed appropriate, but then does he catch himself?
Whoa.
Existential crisis of a baseball noun.
I like how that was shot.
I think there's the next like round now that comes. So we'll see the next like little bits. Wow. Do you see that his head, it's like playing in his head?
Crazy. Smart.
That should be a GIF that we can send out to people when shit hits the fan. This is actually hilarious as well. Get it? Because the fan like blew out the candle.
Poor fan.
That's hilarious. Just keeps blowing and blowing. I love like the length of these. It's so cool. It's like these little scenes. Short shorts. Here we go.
The sound is just so good on all these. I like how they color corrected like the scene. Like the scene itself has got this really like cool moody thing going on.
This was like everybody's favorite.
They've got like a vignette on it.
They said if Black Mirror made a Nouns short, it would be this one.
You can hear the heart beating. The voice actor did a good job on that.
He can't put his eyes back on. Oh, this is my favorite. Wow. Unreal.
Crazy shit. Yellow Noggles again.
This is so funny. Cute. I like that they were like kind of like squares, like pixels. This is funny. It's his name on all of it. Isn't that funny?
Oh, that is. Well, he's got a couple. He's got another helper. Hilarious, man. Great credits. Oh, and he put his ETH address. Smart.
Three pronouns. think after this interview, there's like one more round of animations.
Every animator's dream, really, just to say, do what you want.
I love that the only directions I had was make it funny, make it more than 15 seconds, and you're good.
Most of my other work is remixes of other people's music, so I was more than happy to release this as CC0.
It was inspired by the animated films Tom and Jerry, Larva, and Shaun the Sheep.
If I were to add a noun to the noun universe, I think overall the nouns are pretty cute, pretty clean, and I think we could make it a little messy. Maybe a tampon-headed noun.
Maybe a pelican.
Bold.
Seagull.
A lava lamp head.
Sloth noun. That would be dope. And maybe it's already done. Is it done already?
If I feel the space theme is underrepresented in nouns, they have a moon and a couple of planets, but I'd love to add a rocket or maybe a space helmet.
Yeah, space helmet from Little Bubble would be sick.
That'd be cool.
I'm pretty fascinated with fungus at the moment.
Love to have like an Xbox or something more updated, like a PS5 gamepad, or even maybe an old school PC joystick.
Probably
It's cool to hear people what they want for their art.
Maybe, what did you say?
Chips and salsa, tortilla chips.
I guess we're hungry after all this animating.
I think I would spend the prize money on new equipment and craft materials.
I would get a tattoo of our Nouns character on our bodies, or like the character, he'd get the other half. So then whenever we'd stand next to each other, it would make the full character.
I think one thing would be, though, is to buy a really nice camping tent, because my son just turned 3 and I'm trying to get him into camping, and I think the only way to do that is to get him a nice big tent so he can bring all his toys.
I would just buy drugs. I would buy loads of drugs. I get my son, buy some drugs for my son. He's never taken drugs, so I could get him really banging.
Do you think you could toss me the charger?
Of course.
Would use it to buy drugs on the dark web, because that's what crypto's for.
1 second.
Drugs or food? Drugs or food? One of the two.
That was a joke. No, I'd probably buy a Mars bar and maybe then put the money towards making more silly little animations, because that'd be fun.
I didn't know there was prize money, so.
That's so funny.
That's interesting too.
So this is our last, I think, round of animations that start happening. We'll see them right now. I think this next one's like this little kid. It's so freaking cute.
All right, thanks, Nouns. Love you. Bye bye. Mwah. Mwah.
Oh, not this one. This was another favorite. I think the Nounders all like reposted this.
Hey, you looking to score some nouns, mate?
This was crazy.
Yeah, okay. Great. That'll be $40,000, please.
This one.
One day, when I'm a real grown-up noun, maybe I'll have a head like a slice of pizza.
Oh my God.
A head like a fox.
Oh my goodness.
Like a Christmas tree. Or like a crab. Or like a pink flamingo. Or maybe the square glasses on a lightning bolt. I don't know what I'm gonna be, but I think I'm gonna have square glasses.
Oh my God. Are you
Crazy.
freaking kidding me? That's so adorable.
That's amazing. Who's the who did the voiceover for that?
His son.
Oh, amazing.
Swim Shady. Joshua Fisher.
Leave this to me.
I will solve this mystery, and I will search all the 7 seas until I do.
All right.
Very cool. Amazing. A lot going on.
Super mega pigeon.
I love the super mega pigeon.
I think that might. Oh no, here's. Oh yeah, that was it. That was the Noun short shorts, guys.
Yes, that's really good.
Freaking epic! Wow. Let me have. Is this us? Guest dual screen. Hi. Oh my god. Wow. That was really cool. There's so many good ones. I feel like that's like got to be the 4th time that I've like watched them all the way through. They're really, really fun. Congrats to all of the animators for bringing just really cool, unique like life to Nouns.
We should get some of those people on the podcast and talk to them about their animation.
Yes, I mean it was really awesome to see like all those different ones. What was your favorite, Cheffo?
Oh my goodness!
If you had to pick one,
too hard of a question. Can't answer on the spot.
I love the unicorn one. I loved that. Of course, love the baseball one, but I think that little kid one is just so cute. Like when he says in the end, like, I don't know what I'm going to be, but I think I'm going to have red glasses. Like, oh my God, I'll cry. That was so adorable. And again, just the 30 minutes of us showing you guys just a few of the animators and very talented people within Nouns, and like the amount of work that went to all those, like seeing all the different stop motion things. On Tuesday, Stupid Buddy Studios did throw like an event premiere. That's what we were actually watching that from, is the live stream from the event premiere in Los Angeles. They had a bunch of different people in the industry there, and they even said that the industry, huge people from like HBO and Showtime and stuff, were highly impressed.
Paramount.
Yes, they said that they were very, very, very impressed with the amount of talent that was there, and that has essentially come through Nouns. And so huge congrats to all the animators for the incredible work, and then huge congrats to Nouns in general for being able to attract this
definitely.
type of talent.
And I don't think it'll be lost on executives in the industry that, you know, Twitter followers, Discords, multiple projects, sub communities, different themes. Like for me, still to this day, one of the more like forward thinking people that we've seen is Blue Xanadu, and you know, he instantaneously saw the value in telling the depth and breadth of this. I totally got that wrong. Showing the complete ecosystem and having that represent the power of Nouns, and I think that really won't be lost on people. You know, yes, companies will have to figure out how to deal with CC0, and they'll have to figure out their own way to, frankly, monetize that. But you know, we're encouraging monetization of other things. You know, we could see wizard hat monetization. You know, we can see these things coming, and it'll just be really interesting to see how the Noggles and the CC0 brand lore kind of works into that. But I think that there's always needs to be starting points.
Well, and huge, amazing starting point.
Amazing starting point.
What a great way to close out the show, as we now will close out with you guys so we can go get ready for this movie premiere. The first one we will be attending at Tribeca, so we're really excited about that. As always, Cheffo, thank you so much for co-hosting.
Thank you to Jay Potato for
I was just
coming.
going to say, do you have any last words before we sign off here?
Valeu.
Value, Cheffo. Value to you. I'm just going to go to the single screen here as we close out. Bye, Cheffo.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Tamo junto.
Tamo junto. Another epic live stream with you guys. We covered so much today. Rio, NFT Brazil, we got JP, our first ever guest. We got to stream all of the Nouns shorts. Man, covered a lot. Can't wait to start clipping these for you guys so you guys can have like these little smaller videos. But until next time, which is tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. PST, we will see you here at Nouns on the Air. We go live 3 times a week. We just saw Cheffo. My name is Aubtoshi. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat today. And we hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, guys.